Hi. Greetings from Wisdom Lord Raphael. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification icon and don't miss any contents. This is the light novel of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. If you haven't watched previous video, I will leave the link on the description box, or you can click here. Let's start. This is Tensura Light Novel Volume 16. Tensura Light Novel. Volume 16. The End of the Game. Chapter 2. Interviews. Executive's Evolutionary Status. Part 6. There were only 2 more to go. After dinner, I called Ultima over. "I'm tired of waiting," Ultima said cutely as she sat down gently. I'm sure it would have been so cute to have a sister like her, and it made me smile. I made us some tea and served her some of the best baked goods. Whoa, Rimuru-sama did all of this. Fufufu, I can make tea too. Well, not black tea, but I can make coffee. It was just drip coffee, though. It wasn't even as good as Xian's, which was an unwelcome reality. Although it was limited to beverages, tea and coffee, Xian's craft had really progressed in that aspect. I thought it would be wrong to keep complaining about other people's cooking, so I tried it myself. It was surprisingly harder than expected. Before I died, I always ate takeout and never cooked for myself. I was busy with work, and considering the time and effort required to clean up, it was more cost-effective. The kitchen in that apartment was still as new as ever, and although I had wanted to do it in my spare time, only the cooking books had changed. I couldn't say it was all in vain, though, because those memories were useful now. Anyway, since it was just a matter of adding hot water to the ground beans, even I could make coffee. No way. Just this cup of tea makes me so happy. Seeing her so happy made me happy too. Don't be shy. The coffee will take a little longer, but it'll boil while we're talking. I wanted a cup too, so I set the filter on the coffee server and poured the boiling water. This set of tools was made by Cajun. There were mass-produced models based on this, so the coffee shop was also thriving. The aroma of coffee beans wafted through the air. In this way, I showed off my prowess to Ultima. It was sure to raise my reputation. It's always important to earn points in such situations. In my opinion, that's pretty cheap. Don't be silly. This is an advanced strategy, not a petty one at all. Besides, what's the point of showing off your strength when you're up against battle-crazy primordials? The best thing to do is compete in different areas. Ha. You've already shown enough of your majesty, so your worries are superfluous. It's fine. Besides, I never intended to show off my majesty. I didn't care about that, so let's just get down to business. Then, let's hear your report. Yes, then this first. What was handed to me was a report on her subordinates. Name, Baron. Existence points, 882-869. Race, Demon Peer, Duke Class. Blessing, Violets, Primordial Purples, Lineage. Title, Poison Princess's Butler. Magic, Dark Magic. Elemental Magic. Skill. Ultimate Gift. Artist. Authentic Rider. Resistance. Physical Attack Nullification. Abnormal Condition Nullification. Mental Attack Nullification. Natural Effects Nullification. Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. Name, Zonda. Existence points, 301,316. Race, Demon Peer, Viscount Class. Blessing, Violets, Primordial Purples, Lineage. Title, Poison Princess's Chef. Magic, Dark Magic. Elemental Magic. Skill, Unique Skill Chef. Resistance. Physical Attack Nullification. Abnormal Condition Nullification. Mental Attack Nullification. Natural Effects Nullification. Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. Baron's strength caught my attention, but it was Zonda's chef that made me nervous for a moment. One would think that it was in the same system as Xian's bullshit skill, but it wasn't. Instead, his powers were focused on status assessment and support. It could heal any injury by cooking it. I was relieved to find that it was not a terrifying skill that would affect the law of cause and effect. Next up was the real deal, Ultima. Name, Ultima. Existence points, 2,668,816. Race, Divine Demon. 7 Primordials, Devil Lord. Blessing, Rimuru's Blessing. Title, Pain Lord. Magic, Dark Magic. Elemental Magic. Skill. Ultimate Skill. Poison King Samuel. Resistance. Physical Attack Nullification. Abnormal Condition Nullification. Mental Attack Nullification. Natural Effects Nullification. Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. Ultima, like Testarossa, had grown significantly. It seems that the amount of magicules continued to increase after the end of evolution. Since she had already surpassed the million class mark, it was both a threat and reliable that she would grow stronger. And let's not forget about Ultima's skill. Ultimate skill Poison King Samuel included Thought Acceleration, Universal Perception, Demon Lord Hockey, Space-Time Manipulation, Multidimensional Barrier, Weakness Identification, Lethal Poison Creation, and World of Annihilation. Yup. It was a skill that specialized in killing. What was worse was the Lethal Poison Creation. By combining this with Weakness Identification, she could create the perfect poison to kill her enemies. However, what bothered me even more was World of Annihilation. This was a heinous world system power that could unconditionally kill all non-mental life forms that did not possess an ultimate skill. It's like a super enhanced version of my Merciless. Since it wouldn't work against a super strong opponent, it was better to have this sealed away. Ultima, I'm sorry, but… I started, pouring myself a cup of coffee to calm myself down. What is it? It's about your World of Annihilation. Yes. Ultima happily accepted the cup I offered her. Now was the best time to say it. From now on, it is prohibited for future use. Okay. I was thinking that I didn't need this power either. Rimuru-sama knows how I feel. Huh. Oh, well of course, right. I laughed my way through the deception and patted myself on the back for good measure. I didn't know why, but it seems that Ultima did not intend to use World of Annihilation either. No, thinking about it more, it was not too surprising. As a battle maniac, she probably didn't like the idea of such an unconditional victory. Well, as long as Ultima agreed, then it was fine. I was relieved and enjoyed the rest of the conversation. The last interview was with Carrera. Hello, Millard. If it wasn't for your help, I doubt I could have defeated Kondu. That man was so strong that it was hard to believe he was human. Carrera laughed as she finished her report. I had heard this from CL, but to hear it from her own mouth made it even clearer. Carrera really seemed to have won by a hair's breadth and was sincerely praising Kondu. Indeed, Kondu seems to have been quite strong. Benimaru had defeated Granite, the third-rank soldier, but even he was wary of Kondu. Or rather, he was confident that he could defeat anyone but Kondu. It was not an exaggeration to say that Carrera secured a huge success by defeating a man who was so highly regarded. It's because you gave me the power, Carrera insisted. To have gained flesh, broken through my own limits, evolved, and been given even more. I want to repay this kindness. I hope you understand that my loyalty is forever yours. The normally unruly and arrogant Carrera was quite honest when she faced me. Well, in terms of rank, a primordial who had lived since ancient times was far superior to some newborn demon lord. Regardless of loyalty, the answer remained the same. In that case, I look forward to working with you. Without you, we wouldn't be able to hold trials. Monsters still had the tendency to follow the strong. Anyone could arrest them, but only the strong could judge them. In the future, I was planning to establish a kind of Supreme Court judicial system and leaving all but the most heinous criminals to the hands of the people. But that was for when the nation was more stable. Because Tempest was still a developing country, Carrera's strength was a great help. Oh, it's my pleasure. In addition to myself, my whole family will act as Rimuru-sama wishes. Carrera replied, smiling happily. And about the status of Carrera and her subordinates. First off, I looked down at the documents that were handed to me. Carrera's subordinates were Ajera and Esprit. Name, Ajera. Existence points, 733,575. Race, Demon Peer, Marquis rank. Blessing, Johns, Primordial Yellows, Lineage. Title, The Tyrant's Master. Magic, True Battle Will. Skill. Ultimate Gift. Blade Transformation. Resistance, Physical Attack Nullification, Abnormal Condition Nullification. Mental Attack Nullification. Natural Effects Nullification Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. Name. Esprit. Existence points. 552,137. Race. Demon Peer. Count rank. Blessing. Johns, Primordial Yellows, Lineage. Title. The Tyrant's Friend. Magic. Dark Magic. Elemental Magic. Skill. Unique Skill. Discerner, Knowledgeable 1. Resistance. Physical Attack Nullification. Abnormal Condition Nullification. Mental Attack Nullification. Natural Effects Nullification. Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. They were really strong. I mean, they were all old Demon Lord class, weren't they? Ajera was comparable to a pseudo-awakened claimant and hypothetically, if I had fought him way back then, he might have won. I think it's wrong to have so many subordinates of the old Demon Lord class. Rather than that, I was more concerned about being a friend. It was Carrera's evaluation after all, so I guess that's just how they were. Certainly, Esprit has a bit of a girly girl vibe to her, and if one didn't know the inside story, they could assume that the two were a well-connected pair of sisters. Rather than a master-slave relationship, they seemed more like schoolmates. Honestly, I thought Carrera's lineage was quite unusual. What was truly shocking, though, was what came next. Carrera was really terrifying. Name: Carrera. Existence points: 7,013,351. Plus. Golden gun: 3.37 million. Race: Divine Demon. 7 primordials. Devil Lord. Blessing: Rimuru's Blessing. Title: Menace Lord. Magic: Dark Magic. Elemental Magic. Skill: Ultimate Skill. Annihilation King Abaddon. Resistance: Physical Attack Nullification. Abnormal Condition Nullification. Mental Attack Nullification. Natural Effects Nullification. Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. The amount of Magicula actually surpassed Diablo's, and both of my eyes couldn't help but turn into 2 dots. Her growth seems to have stopped, but it was the highest of all my subordinates. However, the most dangerous thing of all was the Annihilation King Abaddon. Its powers included Thought Acceleration, Universal Perception, Demon Lord Hockey, Space-Time Manipulation, Multidimensional Barrier, Limit Break, and Dimensional Rupture. And although it has no world system power, it specialized in attack power. In particular, Dimensional Rupture was a power that could penetrate a distortion field in space to destroy enemies. If Carrera's skill was coupled with destruction spells, along with what was given to her as well, there would be few who could endure it. It might even be able to destroy the levels of Ramrus's labyrinth, so one could understand how powerful it was at a glance. To be honest, I wouldn't want to deal with it either. You've gotten stronger. I couldn't help but spill out my true feelings. Yeah, it was thanks to Millard. And also Kondu, who entrusted me with this. Even if it is only in response to that man's wish, I will crush Emperor Rudra. Hearing her say so, I remembered. Kondu was also manipulated by Michael. About that, the real Rudra is gone. I mean, all sorts of things have happened, but what you were fighting was actually an entity that had taken over Rudra by the will of a skill. I explained to Carrera that Rudra's true identity was Michael, who had become Amanas. Upon hearing this, Carrera nodded, not seeming surprised. I see. So that's why that Feldway guy was calling Rudra as Michael. Now I understand, Millard. That's how it was. Now don't go picking any fights with Masayuki by mistake. With that warning, the interview with Carrera ended. Just as I was about to leave the room, Carrera turned to me and said, "Oh, yes, I forgot. There was one thing I had to tell Millard." What is it?" I asked as I took a sip of my coffee. "Actually, I've been debating whether or not to tell you. It must be important if Carrera was troubled by it." Then, I went back to my seat and calmed down. Ajera seems to be Hakiru-san's grandfather. Feet. I almost spat out my coffee. I just barely avoided it at the last second, but it was such an important matter. You can't just tell me that so casually when you're leaving. Hahaha, this is important, isn't it? I can't handle it, so I'll leave the decision to Millard. With a laugh, Carrera left the room. She completely threw the ball to me. That laugh must have been a sigh of relief, as if a burden had been lifted from her shoulders. In short, this was a problem that could not be ignored. Although Diablo and the 3 demon girls said that I didn't need to meet with their subordinates, I decided to meet with Ajera later. That's all for today, hope you guys enjoy it. Please check my other videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit the notification icon. And don't miss any updates. Thank you for watching.